Guys, welcome back to Miss Valrie Can Help, and today I'm going to be showing you what I use to get rid of those unwanted marks that we experience during our menstruation cycle. Watch us and let us show you how. Okay. I said in one of my videos before, I use water bottle with like that. I do that. Then outside in.
Welcome. That's serious? I don't even see it. I used to say used to be.
So I'm just going to quickly show you what I do. Now, as of right now, I don't have any way to demonstrate, soiling of your underwear. But what I typically do is to utilize my regular bathing soap. So let me just break down for you how I get this done. Okay, so as mentioned before in my video about how to properly place a sanitary napkin onto an underwear, I mentioned that there are some times that the sanitary napkin might twist or bend. So let me show you what I mean. So as we have here the sanitary napkin, now this sanitary napkin, what I like about it is the fact that it comes decorated. Not all of them look like this, but the pack that I had at the time, this was the design. So what happens that it comes like this, and it kind of conceals the fact that you have a sanitary napkin. So nobody's like saying, hey, look at me, I'm over here going to the bathroom with this, So what I typically do is I unwrap it, as you can see here. I unwrap it. And because I already did a video about how to place it, I'm just gonna do it really fast. So I typically turn the underwear inside out. This is a brand new underwear that I got, so this is not used. So I typically place it, making sure to center it as much as possible. Now, before, they used to have some sanitary napkins that have wings on the side here, that used to have wings, right? But for some reason, I guess they're changing the design, or I think I picked up one that said wing free. But these are the ones that I have for right now. If you had the one with wings, like the one I showed you in the previous video, it would have come over here to close and secure at the back. But because I don't have wings, I'm going to try my very best to center this sanitary napkin. So I want to make sure that it's centered as much as possible. Make sure it's nice and centered. Nice and centered, yes. So now, how you would put this on is typically like this. And this is how you'd wear it. However, there are some times when you're moving around, maybe you sit, and when you sit, your underwear sometimes fold like this, or sometimes twist like this, or maybe this even lifts up and scriggles all over to the center. There really is no way to really make sure that you're wearing it absolutely perfectly, especially when you're moving around. You may sit a particular way, or your underwear might bunch up and give you like a wedgie, and then that wedgie leads to this twisting, but ultimately what happens is that you will find that some of your waste that you're passing ends up in these key places. Sometimes they're at the top here, like just a little bit above where this would be, and you would find it here, mainly because maybe how you sat down. Or if you're not sitting down like this, sometimes it's at the bottom here where this part would be, depending on how you're sitting. So if you're leaning down, it's probably going to be towards the buttocks area. But if you're laying forward or laying on your belly, it's probably going to be here. It's flowing in the direction your body is. So there's really no way to avoid it sometimes. Let's say, for instance, it twists. Like I was saying, that this sanitary napkin twists on the opposite side of the underwear, you'll find it here. Especially if you have wings on them. This one does not have wings, but if you have wings, you typically see some, marks here that may have gotten stretched over and may have soiled here. Or you might find them along the rims, along the rims here, right here. But ultimately, you get yourself soiled. Now, for me personally, I try my very best not to have these episodes because I have a mini anxiety attack. Just as soon as I have my monthly cycle, my mind goes into, I do not want to mess up my uniform. I don't want to mess up my scrubs. I don't want to mess up my jeans, my skirt, anything that I'm wearing. I just don't want to mess it up. And there's nothing worse than having someone pull you to the side and say, I think you're bleeding. I can see. Oh, that is the worst thing you could hear from somebody say to you. Hey, I can see, that moment in your heart, like you're going over a hill or on a roller coaster, that little moment in your heart, like, oh my God, like I'm soiled. So what I typically do is I would go home on the day that I know that my period is coming, or if I know that my period is here and I have a pad with me. I typically try my best to have at least one or two in my bag every single day, because even if it's not you who is having a menstrual cycle, it's always nice when you know that you can help somebody else out. Like, hey, somebody might pinch you and say, hey, do you have a pad? And you're like, yeah, like help each other out, help us girls out, and even if you're racing along and sometimes your period comes so unexpected, like you expect it to come tomorrow and it comes tonight, and it's out, or in the evening, or you're expecting it in the next day, it's nice to always feel confident you have one. Now, what happens when you ultimately soil yourself? For me, I take an extra underwear with me. In addition, I have a little pouch that I put a sanitary napkin and the underwear in, just an extra underwear, just in case the soilage is so bad that I can change and feel fresh underneath. Right now, for persons who, like myself, get home and want to keep my underwear, I don't want to throw it away if it's too bad, I just want to get it cleaned really fast, I use soap, regular bathing soap. This is not a product placement. I'm not getting paid for this. This is just a simple soap that I got from the Dollar Tree. Basically, what I do in the shower, lather it up with the soap in the areas that are issues. So on the sides, at the top, at this corner, inside, and I'm Jamaican, so you just wash. Get it real sudded, and you go for it. If you have warm water, that works too. If you have cold water, that works too. It all depends on how long that blood has been there. Because if it's a fresh spotting that happens, it's quicker to come out. But if it's not, it takes a good couple scrubs well, and sometimes you have to use either bleach. If it's white, use some bleach, or you could use OxyClean. OxyClean works really well. You put it in a bucket, put some OxyClean, put some warm water, and let your underwear soak. So that is how I combat those moments when you have soilage or a mess on yourself that otherwise you would not want to experience. But like anything in life, you have to expect the unexpected. So I hope this helps somebody. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to listen to me as I demonstrate how to properly clean your underwear with the use of just soap. Now, you may have other ways of, cleaning your underwear, or you might be the person to just throw it away altogether. It's all up to you. It's your decision, it's your body, it's your possession, it's your items. But for those who may not have an idea how to get rid of it, this is a method also. There are a lot of videos out there on YouTube that will, show you different ways of doing it. So this is just my way, and I found it to be very, very effective. And I've been using it ever since, 13, when I first started having periods. So thank you again, and I hope this was helpful for somebody. Okay, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Miss Valrie Can Help and Dishne. Bye.